Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot page 110, which talks about an interesting custom in the city of Barnash, that they would have the bride going on a special chair, a ceremonial bridal chair, in order to be able to publicize that she was in the process of getting married. And over here the Talmud tells us that one time there was a girl who was young, she was a katana, and she was actually on this bridal chair, which was very clear that she was either seemingly completely married or about to get married. And then some other person walks up to her and, can you imagine, hands her kedushin to marry her. So imagine you go to a wedding, and at the very beginning of the wedding, while everyone is having hors d'oeuvres, you walk right up to the bride and give her kedushin money, which technically that actually means something, because if you would do kedushin before the other guy or before the completion of the first person's marriage, so that actually could link her to you, to the second man. And on this, the Talmud, going through exactly at what stage this took place, says that we do not care that he did this, and even though it looks like he actually did everything right by handing her kedushin money, and therefore she's on some level married to him, which would therefore require they would have to give, this second guy would have to give her a divorce document, a get. On this, the rabbis say, no, we do not care. It doesn't make any difference that he did this. And the reason is because the Rabbanan, the rabbis, have the full authority to be able to remove this marriage that this guy did, even though, again, he seemingly did everything correct. Which is why under the chuppah, we say the words, Kedas Moshe v'Yisrael, that when you get married, it's only with the consent, with the authorization of the Torah of Moshe and of Yisrael. Namely, the Jewish courts and the rabbinical authorities are the ones that are accepting this as a valid marriage. And therefore, because this person did something inappropriate by doing something so low, by giving her kedusha money while here she is parading in this special chair, clearly in the process of marrying someone else, the rabbis actually say that this marriage meant nothing. What you did meant nothing. This is the strength and the authority that the rabbis have. But we see something very important, that even though sometimes you can go through seemingly all the motions correctly, but it still has no validity whatsoever, which perhaps we can derive in our own lives. That even though we may sometimes go through the motions, but it's also important what our intent is. It's important for us to understand what we're doing, and doing it in not just the proper way, but also doing it in the way in accordance to our sages of the rabbinic authorities.